Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to the Coffee Milk Hour. I'm Puffy.
I'm Jerry.
Yeah, welcome to the show. It's the Friday Freestyle, the fifth Friday Freestyle. That's hard to say when you say it fast like I do.
Fifth.
What are you doing?
Friday.
What are you...
Freestyle.
Style. The fifth Friday Freestyle. The fifth Freestyle Friday? Did we ever decide on how to word that?
Friday Freestyle, but I spell it differently every week.
I like Freestyle Friday. I think it sounds better. Whatever. Anyway.
You're an idiot.
What are you fucking eating during the showill
Yeah, you just gave me this Stromboli, so I'm eating it.
Yeah, I gave you that Stromboli. Not like that. That's gay. I'm not. Will you marry me? What?
No,
never
this
mind.
is delicious.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I ordered from there.
This is amazing.
If you're in the Virginia area, Sal's New York Pizza makes the best Stromboli.
Greasy as fuck.
Yeah, they're not paying us for this.
This feels more like a calzone.
But I'd be fine with them if they did pay us to sponsor them. It's a little like it's a Stromboli. It's fine. It's good. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in it.
It is good. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I was reading something earlier that concerned me. Two things. First, they've cited alligators with AR-15s.
But they can't hold them because of their tiny little T-Rex
tiny
arms.
Little T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
I love alligators, and I'm sad that a lot of them died. And also,
They're really good at drowning people.
They are. They do the death roll, man. When I was a kid, I thought that was the coolest shit in the fucking world.
Yeah?
Yeah, the death roll. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Like, you're not only drowning that person, but like you're forcing whatever air they have in their lungs out of them by sheer force as you drown them.
Is that how you want to go?
Honestly, yeah, that'd be a cool way to go. I'm willing to die in any way that like people could be showing up at my funeral and be like, "Hey, how did he die?" And be like, "Oh, this happened," and they could just be like, "That's pretty fucking metal." I'd be cool with it.
No one says that's pretty fucking metal.
If somebody doesn't say that's pretty fucking metal
at a funeral home.
to how I die, I'm gonna be upset. I'm just saying. So it needs to be.
How many people do you think are even going to show up?
Like 3.
Okay, so at least you're being realistic about the situation.
If I'm lucky, 5. Well, I don't know, because we've got like you, Dave. Dave might show up. Dave might not. He might just laugh about it.
I might be busy.
Excuse you? You're coordinating the whole thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have to show up.
Wow, that's hurtful, actually. That cuts me deep. Anyway, did you know? This I don't know if this is horrifying or what, but there is currently a movement to restore the foreskin to the tip of the penis.
Why?
Yeah, there's like a group of people, and they've found out how to do this surgically, and for a nominal fee, you can have the foreskin reattached to your penis. And I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, you can. Oh, okay. So it's not a movement to stop circumcision.
No, it's just if you are circumcised,
your
you can have it reattached. So
where are they going to take it from? The inside of your mouth? Like, where does the skin come from?
I don't know.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you want to do it?
As someone with a circumcised penis, I never want to be uncircumcised. Never.
Well,
Ever.
The circumcised versus uncircumcised argument is eons old, in the health benefits and disadvantages to both sides of the argument and whatnot, but it's just I need to know where it's coming from. You know what I mean?
I imagine that they graft it from somewhere else on your body, but like, what guy is sitting around thinking, man, if I only had a foreskin right now, everything would be better?
Well, like, what if he's thinking about like going to battle? Like, you need a helmet for your penis.
What?
Yeah, it's like a helmet for your penis.
Yeah, but if he gets really, really excited, the helmet's gonna fall off. And then he's not going to have one anyway, and it's going
to fall off?
Well, it's going to...
You think, what, you're going to pay a couple $1,000s for a surgery? And it's like, but don't get a boner, because if you do...
Yeah, well, if he gets a boner, he won't have a helmet anymore.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yep.
No.
What do you know about uncircumcised penises?
I think
Nothing.
You're wrong. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Except everything.
I'm telling you, it goes away.
Okay, I don't want to know how you know... Former boyfriend, maybe?
What? Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely. Or porn. There's a lot of porn.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So what's been going on lately?
While we're talking about porn,
here we go.
Which we're not talking about. Why do you think people are naked?
In porn?
No, just in general. Why don't we have fur?
You know what always bothers me about this? I'm actually glad you brought this up. I'm not sure how you got there from porn, but so we have, you have the creationists.
Because in porn, you're naked, and then we're also naked all the time under our clothes.
That's fair. So we have creationists, right? And then you have evolutionists. Is that what they're called?
Correct.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
You're getting a phone call. Don't answer that. Let it go to voicemail. And we're back. Sorry about that. Jerry had a very important phone call, apparently. It was super important, and it couldn't wait.
It couldn't wait.
I hate you so much.
It's very important.
So evolution theory says that we came from apes, or like we're similar to apes, or something like that. Like we had fur, like as Homo sapiens and shit, right? Like back in the day.
I know. Maybe.
Somebody had fur.
We don't know. Well, the primates had fur.
And according to evolution theory, like we shed that fur and then hunted animals to wear their fur, and now in today's age we wear clothes.
Right.
That's the part that I get hung up on.
Can you think of one other animal or species on the planet that needs to wear clothes to survive?
No. That's why it begs the question.
Why do only we need to wear clothes to survive?
That's what I'm...
Because our genetics were modified by aliens.
Oh my... No. Fuck you. Okay? I'm trying to sit here and ask a genuine question. Like, if we
Do you have a better solution?
If we had fur at some point, and now we don't, why would we evolve to the point of shedding it in the first place if we were just going to need clothes to survive in harsh conditions anyway?
Because we didn't have fur.
What did we have then?
We were monkeys, and then we were genetically modified, and then we didn't have fur.
You know what? I'm sick of this aliens crap.
There's no other feasible explanation. There's not a single other species on the fucking planet that needs to wear clothes. Not one.
There's only
not even monkeys.
There's
not even monkeys.
Monkeys have fur,
right?
And they live in climates that are like, associated with their needs.
Even animals in the African bush have fur.
Okay, that's fair.
Lions and zebras and elephants have like some hair and stuff, but they don't wear clothes.
No, but maybe we shouldn't wear clothes. When I become president, clothes are going to become fully optional. Because I don't think they're needed. I think they're a waste of money and effort.
But if we didn't wear clothes, we'd die.
No, we wouldn't. Just go inside in the winter. That's why we have shelter.
Yeah, but you need heat.
Yeah, you have heat in the car.
Oh, you're assuming that everything will stay the same.
Yeah, what would change?
Okay, but you're going to be pretty fucking cold walking to and from work from the parking lot.
Whatever, get a blanket.
That's clothes.
No, it's not. Clothes are like shirts and shorts and jeans and socks and whatnot.
Any supplementary fabric that helps to alter your body temperature for the benefit of survival is clothes.
No, it's not.
I just defined it.
Okay, no, you didn't. Pull up the definition of clothing. I guarantee you that has nothing to do with it.
I bet it's clothes.
Stop chewing.
The Stromboli is fantastic.
It is. Yes, we've already discussed that. Welcome.
I can't stop eating it.
Could you not talk while you're eating it, though?
Sure.
God, that's such a bad... pet peeves. Let's talk about pet peeves. You know what a pet peeve of mine is? When people fucking talk with their mouth full.
I'm not letting you change the subject before you give me a different rational solution as to why we are the only species on the planet that wears clothes.
Because we have opposable thumbs. There's like 3 other species on the entire planet that have opposable thumbs, and they don't have the brain power we do.
Yeah, but sometimes cats have like a fifth thing.
Yeah, but it's not opposable.
Yes, it is. It's like a little tiny.
They cannot bend it and use it for tool works. It's like us, raccoons, koalas, maybe.
They're growing a thumb.
I fucking hate you.
Cats are growing a
They're
thumb.
not growing a thumb.
And the second they can lift shit up, we're fucked.
Well, yeah, but there are cats that already push shit over on top of their owners.
Yeah, imagine if they could grab it and throw it at you.
It's already been proven that scientifically, like, cats, when they look at you, they're just determining whether or not it's worth it to kill you.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is very true.
My cats look at me with affection and love.
No, they don't. Fatty literally grabs, like, hands and faces with claws and bites.
Yeah, we're also talking about the same cat that fell off the second-story banister and hit the floor.
Can we sacrifice him?
No, we can't sacrifice him.
I hate cats so much. That's another pet peeve of mine. Cats. I'm not a cat guy. I don't like them. I don't... Like, if you have a cat already when I meet you, that's cool.
No,
but
it's a pet peeve of mine. Fucking pugs.
Pugs are disgusting.
Pugs are disgusting. If you were listening to this show right now, and you in some world think pugs are cute, you should go kill yourself.
Whoa!
Because they have fucking pushed up noses. They have short life expectancies because their fucking breathing structure is all fucked up. They're fat as fuck. They slobber everywhere and they make piggy noises. If you want a pig, go get a pig. Pugs have no place on this planet. They're fucking little demons and we should kill them all. Kill them all. They're not even animals, PETA, so don't come after me. We're killing the fucking pugs.
Here's the thing. Several things there. One, don't.
You're far too calm.
Don't
about this.
Don't kill yourself if you have a pug. Don't listen to Jerry. He's a terrible person.
You know how back in the day they used to sacrifice goats to the gods?
No. Hang on.
We should sacrifice pugs.
No, I'm fine with that for several reasons. First thing though is, do you know why pugs have all of those issues?
Because of breeders being stupid?
Because they're inbred.
Yeah, they're inbred.
Like, the whole breeding industry is a fucking farce. Like, dogs are not... Like, half the breed of dog that people like are not supposed to look like that, and it's why they have so many health complications. The pug is a prime example of that. I don't want to say it's the American boxer. It's Boston Terriers are another example of that. Like, people think it's okay, and, like, it's a social norm for these dogs to look like this, even though they have this social issue. Like, if this was humans, there would be a very different reaction to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'd be like, man, this is because you vaccinate your kids.
Oh, Jesus. I forget there's anti-vaxxers out there. I mean, how stupid are people really? Also, are we talking about pet peeves, or are these just things that we hate? Because if we're on that topic, I just want to say, like, you know, people who have obsessions with celebrities and, like, celebrities' lives. Is that a pet peeve, or is that just something I hate?
That's just... it can be a pet peeve. Like, if someone's talking about it to you, that's
it's a pet peeve when somebody brings it up to me, but in general, I fucking hate it.
But in general, I hate it, too, because in America, we idolize celebrities and celebrity culture because we're also bored with our own pathetic lives.
Do you think that we have so many violent tendencies in this country as a whole because we are idolized with violence as a country?
I don't think we idolize
some of the best sellers in movies. Some of the best-selling movies are violent movies. Some of the best-selling video games are violent video games. The TV shows that air on TV are typically all like murder mystery, something violent. We do idolize violence in a way in America. We absolutely do.
I don't know if we idolize violence, but it's a double-edged sword, especially with video games, right? They say, oh, if you're a kid and you play violent video games, you're going to, like, grow up and want to fucking kill pugs.
Which, by the way, is not statistically proven ever after study after study.
But the other side is, if a child is predisposed to maybe bad behavior, and then he sees the video games and he thinks, I could do that in real life, then that kid might go out and do it. So, just because there's violence doesn't mean that it incites violence or inspires violence, and I don't think it means we're obsessed with violence. There's a difference between violence for entertainment value and violence for the sake of violence.
I like violence for the sake of violence.
I like violence for entertainment value, not violence for the sake of violence.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to watch an episode of Game of Thrones and, like, where the mountain crushes Oberyn's face and be like, I want to do that now, or like I want to hurt somebody now.
Right, that's violence for entertainment. And a lot of people who watch Game of Thrones don't like the amount of gore and sex and stuff, but in all reality, it just makes the show more realistic.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it really does. I mean, they're going to show you the nitty-gritty, and if you don't like seeing boobs, or you don't like seeing heads explode, or you don't like seeing people get their throats slit, don't watch it. But you also shouldn't complain, because that's just an element of realism that brings more to the story. I do think it contributes to the story because it makes the deaths more... not just real, but I mean the reality of like the pain these people are going through really sets in, and then like what these villains are capable of really sets in. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, no,
he
absolutely.
just crushed that guy's head. Now this character there's like the scariest character in the world. But if that happened off screen, I don't care about that character. Oh, well, he killed the guy. So what? Everybody kills people.
Right. I kill people all the time. I don't actually do that, big brother. Please don't knock down my door with your battering rams and your handcuffs and whatnot. You know what else I hate? I fucking hate... We've talked about this before. We've talked about PC in America and all that crap. But, dude, it's getting out of hand at this point, all right? Did we talk about the X-Man poster that got changed?
No.
Okay. This actress, Rose McCowan, I think is how you pronounce her last name. Nobody could probably correct me on that because she's a fucking washed out actress. Put herself back in the spotlight by complaining about an advertisement, billboard advertisement that the producers of X-Men put out of Apocalypse, the villain in the movie, choking Mystique, who is a female mutant hero, I guess in the context of this movie. Though not naturally, showing that it was like, women are defenseless, and it's a man abusing a woman, and this and that. And you know what, man? People actually got behind it, and it's starting to make me wonder, like where does the stupidity end? Because, like, now if you got a problem with, like, movie portrayals, not to mention the fact that, like, there are countless other movies where there are, like, women in superhero-capable positions that, like, beat the shit out of, like my super ex-girlfriend is literally a movie about Uma Thurman terrorizing her ex-boyfriend because he's immortal and she's a superhero.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with a bad guy choking a hero. It fucking happens. Like, you're like, oh my god. I'm fairly certain.
They were upset that there was a fictional male character choking a fictional female character?
Who has superpowers. Because it was like a male dominance thing.
Listen,
it's fucking dumb.
It is dumb. It is dumb. There's artistic license, and men do that to women in real life, and it sucks that it happens in real life, but that doesn't mean that it can't be portrayed on film. Just like I don't think rape should not be portrayed on film. If you're writing a story and rape is part of your plot and it helps develop characters and it's there for a reason, then show the rape. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
If you're just putting it in there for like the shock factor, then yeah, you're kind of a douche.
Then you're kind of a douche. Then, yeah, you're just looking for...
You're looking to incite the crowds. But
right.
I mean, look, dude, it's happening everywhere, all right? We have these double standards and these movements of, like, equality for this people and equality for this people. You know what the problem is? Nobody wants actual equality for everybody. Everybody in their own individual group wants equality for their own individual group, which in some shape or form typically puts them in a position of power over every other single group.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Women want... feminists... Generally, I'm not gonna, say every single woman that's a feminist believes this, but for the most part, the feminists that I've met on the extreme side are the ones who are like, we deserve all of this, and you deserve not only to adhere to that, but to have most of your stuff taken away. But these are the same people that will then freak out once they get all of their equality, and yet now they're eligible for the draft as well as men, and they're putting up a stink about it.
I haven't seen too much of a stink about women being put up for the draft.
It's there. You just have to, look in the right groups and whatnot. And it pisses, like, all right, I am a heterosexual white male in America. So, according to every other fucking cultural group out there, I have the most opportunities, and I have all the power, and I have all this and this and this and this. You know what I want? I just want everybody to be on the same playing field. But that's not good enough, because again, generally, and I'm really not trying to, like, say that every person in every one of these groups is like this, but, there are a good amount of people in each of these groups that are like, no, not only do we deserve to be on the same level as you, but you should then be put beneath us.
So they're owed reparations.
In a way, but, like, what does that solve? You're not solving anything at that point.
Yeah, but you're just a white privileged male saying that. Of course you would say that.
Right, exactly. Of course I would say that. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking annoying when I can't make a logical argument simply because of, like, who I am. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking retarded.
I agree, because you're not responsible for most of society. I mean, we've been living in this country for a relatively short period of time compared to many other people. I'm approaching 30. You're in your mid-20s.
Thank you.
But our generation is only starting to make an impact, so we're not technically responsible for all of the patriarchal society.
Yeah, fuck, man. It's not my fault that women couldn't vote for forever. I wasn't alive. Get off my back. That's all I'm saying,
Right, and I've supported Hillary since 2008.
Oh, shut
and before,
up.
Because she's the best qualified candidate.
Here we go. I don't know how you manage to bring this to politics every single time.
I don't. It's just the best analogy that I have. Also, I hate pugs.
Yeah, pugs are pretty shitty. I think... I saw...
It'd be a really cute pug video is like if someone made a video of just pugs like running through a field, tripping mines, and they're just exploding.
Holy
that would be
shit.
the cutest pug video ever.
Did you see the educational, like the pro education video? Some country put it out. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't America. I want to say Sweden, where like these kids skip school and they jump in the van and they go to this beach and they're all having a great time, and like one of the guy and girls start hooking up and the other ones are already a couple, and then as one of the guys running to grab his surfboard, he fucking trips that trip mine and just explodes.
Yep.
And it gets
that was
all
a great
over
commercial.
her. Yeah.
Yep.
And it was like, this is why you should probably stay in school or something like that. I fucking love that commercial.
It was a great commercial.
Commercials.
We're too sensitive in America.
I agree.
Too sensitive.
I absolutely agree. Everything that, no matter where you go in the world, something is going to offend someone. But do you know what the difference is between America and the rest of the world? When something offends us, rather than shrugging it off, going, oh, all right, no big fucking deal, we have to become a martyr for that exact thing that offended us so that it never offends anybody else again. But here's the thing.
You know how to make a good martyr out of someone is you kill them.
I can't kill somebody. I'd go to jail.
I know, but if you want to make them a martyr, we should just kill them.
I don't want to make them a martyr. I want them to shut the fuck up and accept that there's always going to be something that's going to piss somebody off. Like, I get offended by shit all the time. You know? Well, not all the time, but like there's shit I see that I'm like, you know what? I'm not cool with that. But what do I do about it? Do I start fucking movements and Facebook groups and like Kickstarter funds to like abolish it? No.
See, I don't ever get offended. I'm never offended. I think there was one time in my whole adult life where, because being offended isn't just I don't like that. Being offended is I am repulsed by either what you just did or what you just said.
Yeah, and like genuinely hurt.
It makes me really uncomfortable in my own skin, and that's what taking offense means. It means that you are hurt in some way, or that it deeply affects you. And for some reason, I was at a Stephen Lynch show, and he started singing the Craig Christ song, and for some reason, I found myself offended.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I didn't know why, because I'd heard the song before, but there was something about like people cheering about it in like live. I was like, this is a little culty. And only during that song. Great show. Stephen Lynch and Mitch Hedberg. Fantastic.
Yep, that was a good show.
But for a split second, I was like, I'm offended by this, I think. And then I was like, why am I offended by this? And then I was like, I don't know why I'm offended by this. And then I forgot about it.
But it just, I mean, you can look for it anywhere, man. Let's go away from feminism for a second. Like vegans, right? You want to be a vegan? That's cool, man. Like, I am not here on this planet to judge anybody for, like, who they want to have sex with, what they want to follow as a religious belief, what they want to eat and not eat. Like, none of that is my concern. As long as you're, like, a generally good person in day-to-day life, we're cool. We're not going to have a fucking issue. But, like, then you have the vegans that are like, not only should I not eat meat, but I should try to ruin everybody else's day until they don't eat meat either. It's like, why? What are you accomplishing there? You're never going to be able to stop people from eating meat. Like, the whole movement is fucking dumb.
Humans were naturally carnivores.
Yes.
To begin.
We ate meat fucking raw years and years ago.
We actually didn't start eating vegetables until relatively recently in the scope of human history. And that's when we started getting cavities. If we didn't eat plants, we wouldn't get cavities because the bacteria that grows or creates cavities comes from plants, vegetables, and fruit like that. So meat is natural to our diet. Meat doesn't give you cavities. And it's also really delicious. It's really delicious.
It's so good. It's not the way you eat it like a fucking heathen.
It's not like a heathen.
You need to eat your meat rare.
No, right? You don't.
It's got the best flavor.
Medium well.
And the best. No,
medium well.
You ruined it.
No,
you've ruined the steak.
I haven't ruined the steak. When you cook it medium well, A, risk of E. coli has been reduced a little bit more. B, the flavor is cooked in. It's a nice,
no, it's not. It's
crispy.
Out. It literally
no, it's
comes
not.
Out.
It's nice and crispy on the outside. The flavor gets locked right in there. You get a little bit of pink in the center, and it's just like, all the flavor comes out. Your raw shit is just a fucking piece of fucking meat in a fucking puddle. It looks like it's fucking crying. You try to take a bite, you spill shit all over your shirt. Fuck that.
You eat like a fucking slob? No.
Yeah, when you go to medieval times and you eat with your hands only.
Those are the good old days. You know what else I liked about the medieval times? No one ever got offended by the stupid shit.
We don't. Yes, they did.
Well, if they did, they were under a monarchy where they couldn't do anything about it.
No, they were like, hey, that fucking chick lives alone on the edge of town. What's she doing? She's a witch burner. Yeah, that's what happened.
We did burn witches.
That's what happened when people got offended back in the day. They were just like, we're offended, so burn them.
Maybe
just burn them all.
Here's what bothers me, right?
Oh, something else bothers you?
No, I'm still on the same topic. It's just here's
that.
what bothers me about that topic. So, a lot of these movements are always portrayed as like, we're a peaceful movement and we want everybody to be happy and we want everybody to get along. But like the second you show up to a rally, they're like, fuck everybody who's not us. Okay? You see all those people who aren't like us? Fuck them. And that irritates me because, like, I'm a person who's like, I would throw a rally and be like, hey, be who you want to be. That's cool. Like, whatever. Go for it. You want to go fucking eat dog shit for the rest of your life? It has no impact on my life. You know what I mean?
What about the people who, by being retarded, ruin society?
What do you mean by being retarded?
By being retarded.
What do you mean, like medically, like retarded?
No,
or
like
just dumb. Like they're just fucking stupid. Like, and they do stupid shit.
Yeah, like people who think they're intelligent, but they're not. But no one tells them that they're not. But if people do tell them that they're not, they're like, no, I'm smart. And then they keep saying things. They keep saying things that aren't facts as if they were facts.
Are we talking about me?
No, we're talking about Trump supporters.
Oh. Well, I mean, just burn them.
Not just Trump supporters, though. I mean, I feel like it's pretty prevalent in American society where you come across these people and you try to have a conversation with them and they just start spewing lies. And you're like, actually, no. And they're like, yeah. And they just kind of talk you down by being louder than you.
Oh, no, that's definitely our society nowadays. We're never right. We just yell until...
Is it okay to hate those people? They're not necessarily offensive, but you know what? They are offensive. I don't want you to be the representation of my country. That's embarrassing for me.
Here's the thing. I never said you couldn't hate people for a certain reason. You want to hate someone?
Hate is a strong word. We're not supposed to use the word hate. We're supposed to use the word extremely dislike.
I'm going to stab myself in the ears so I never have to hear you talk like that again.
Right.
Look, I can't tell you who you can hate and who you cannot hate. The big thing to me is like...
You can try to tell me. I'll punch you in the face.
I'm not going to. See, here you go. Like I hate people who try to enforce their religious beliefs onto me. I'm a person, I do not believe in any one God. I believe that it's more probable that any or all of them could exist. People who like if you're having a conversation with somebody, this has actually happened to me. I'll use a direct example. A woman on a plane I was sitting next to, flying from Washington State to Rhode Island, spent the entire flight trying to convince me to go to church. I don't remember if she was fucking Protestant or whatever she was, but the entire conversation was essentially one-sided of her telling me all the reasons I was wrong and all the reasons I should, and basically wouldn't let up until I said yes, to the point where I eventually just moved my seat, because I wasn't going to say anything, over... When I snap, I say some pretty fucked up shit, and I'm stuck on a plane with this woman for a few hours, so I didn't want to be involved in that, so I just moved my seat and didn't want to deal with it. But people like that, I fucking hate people who do that shit. As an example, I'm not gonna fight them. I'm not gonna kill them or try to kick them out of the country, and that, to me, I feel like that's the line. If you hate somebody or a group of people for whatever reason, if it's the way you were raised or if it's just how you feel, I can't tell you that you are right or wrong. I can believe that you're wrong because I do believe that you're wrong, but I can't tell you that you're right or wrong. And with that, as long as you just keep it to yourself, we're cool. But the second you rally as a group and say, put a front runner in a political party to push that agenda, now you're out of line. And now I want to fight you. And I want to tell you all the reasons you're wrong. And I want to kick you out of my country. So I guess in so many words, what I'm saying is I would sooner kick every single Donald Trump supporter who legitimately believes the words that comes out of this guy's mouth, the words of hate and terror and fear-mongering, and kick them out of America before I would kick any group of, say, Muslims, the people they hate the most, out just because they're fucking Muslim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but so the country's founded on religious freedom and freedom of speech and everything else. I don't mind if someone starts talking to me about religion. I don't mind Jehovah's Witness coming to the door.
No, that's cool. Hey, I'm not interested. Have a nice day.
Exactly. That's fine.
But that should be the end of the conversation.
That should be the end of the conversation. If I were on a woman or with a woman on a plane and they started talking to me about religion, I would just try to counter her point for point until she either realized it was futile to talk to me about religion, or maybe she concedes some points, I concede some points, we have a civil conversation.
Sure.
But if that conversation ends up with her telling me that I'm going to go to hell, then I'm going to be upset.
Right.
Because at that point, you're making a judgment. You're making a judgment on me based on a religion that you believe in, but that I don't believe in. And in this country, that's perfectly acceptable.
Right. Well, it should be perfectly acceptable, but it's not to some people.
I was watching a movie recently, and a Muslim, I forget what country, and I'm terribly sorry, but a Muslim in the government said, if you're homosexual, that's basically fine. If you're another religion, that's basically fine, because those things should remain at home.
Yes.
In private.
100%.
Outside the public eye.
10 out of 10.
And to an extent, I can't help but agree with him. Maybe it's better if we don't flaunt homosexuality in public. Now, we're a more free country, so I don't want to say... But if you're a homosexual or if you're Christian and you're really, interactive with that group, is it better to just keep that in private and not really bring that out into open society? Or is our our country too open for that to be a possibility?
I think it's a little bit of both. I would never tell somebody like, oh, you're gay, you should keep that shit inside, or like, oh, you're Christian, you should keep that shit inside. But like, let me put it to you this way. We have gay pride parades in several cities throughout the country every year, right?
Right.
Everybody goes out and celebrates and have a good time. What if somebody wanted to throw a heterosexual pride parade?
Well, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Why not?
Not without scrutiny.
Well, exactly. That's exactly my point. You cannot have one without the other. And it's another case of, I want to be okay with who I am, but you can't be so okay with who you are because you were above us for so long. Now, that's not to say that I do not support the gay community, because I do, unequivocally. It's just an example. I can do it with anybody. Like, I can do it with a religious pride parade or a fucking tall people pride parade. It doesn't matter what the agenda is that you're pushing. If you are allowed to do it, everybody should be allowed to do it with the exact same lack of scrutiny.
I think the issue is, and we're going to go a little over here, but I think it's worth it for this. I think the idea is that if you are the group that has not been scrutinized throughout history, that you're automatically considered to be oppressive, or you have been oppressive, so the heteros have kept the gays down, and because the gay people had to fight for it, and the black people had to fight for their rights, and women had to fight for their suffrage and their equal rights, because they had to fight for it, they're allowed to have pride in it, but because we're white male by default, we're not allowed to be proud of it because we didn't have to fight for anything. I think that's the logic. I'm not saying that I agree with it, because I think that when you start celebrating one side of an issue, so you start celebrating pride, or you start celebrating, let's say, black rights, or you start celebrating women's rights out in the open in the streets, and you have like a festival or like a social gathering.
Right.
I feel like that can be interpreted as being just as divisive as, let's say, I think because even though those activities can be inclusive, right? Straight people can go support gay people at Pride. It's still a kind of festival for people, the LGBT community. So we're going there to support them.
Right.
But when do they come support heterosexuals?
They don't.
Well, they don't, because we've oppressed them, I think, is the notion there. Or, do you know what I mean? It's like, we've had it so good so long, why do we need to celebrate? And I don't feel the need to celebrate my heterosexuality, by the way.
I'm not suggesting that like we should have a white pride parade or a male pride parade or anything like that. I'm just simply saying that you literally can't, and that's part of the problem. Not that we don't have one, but that the possibility to have one doesn't exist without huge levels of scrutiny.
But there's also scrutiny over pride. There's scrutiny over pride. I mean, a lot of people don't like pride festivals, and they're the people who oppose pride. And
well, they're fucking assholes too. Then.
They're assholes too, and they're they scrutinize Pride Week and like pride parades and things like that, and they oppose civil rights, and maybe they don't want women's equality. So all these movements have scrutiny. They're not without scrutiny. It's just I feel like as a society we need to be all inclusive, which means we all need to be celebrating life together, right?
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Not let's not celebrate specific issues. Let's be like, hey, our community is getting together to celebrate our community.
Right.
Gay, straight, woman, man, white, black, Latino, whatever. We're going to celebrate our community, and now we're talking real equality.
Yes.
Because we're all going, and we're all on an even playing field. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you are, because we're celebrating our community. And I feel like that's what we're working toward.
In some ways, I do. I agree. And I think we need to continue working towards it. We need to continue working towards a place where you're not going to lose your job because of your religion or your sexual preference, or get that job but get paid less because you don't have a dick. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up shit that needs to change for the better. Excuse me. But in what you were saying, I wholeheartedly agree. Getting together and sell, like we should just have like like a human day. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're all humans. Let's celebrate the fact that we all coexist on this planet. And that
no
probably,
dogs allowed because they're not human.
that's probably like super hippie sounding of me, but like that to me is what equality is like all of us getting the same treatment under the same circumstances no matter what. Then you wouldn't need all of these divisive names and groups and subcategories of groups and the committees for those subcategories of those groups. And we're dividing ourselves further while trying to bring all of us together, and you can't have both.
Right. It's very difficult for someone to hold a celebration of whatever they are, because it's automatically othering the people who are not what they are.
Exactly.
And so maybe this is another episode for another day.
I think
it's
so.
Definitely an interesting topic, and again, love to hear perspective on everything we've talked about today. This has been our Friday Freestyle.
Ooh, question of the day that I'm taking away from this. This one's for the guys, or actually it could be for the ladies as well. Let's make it for both. Guys, if you had the opportunity to reattach your foreskin surgically with this movement, would you? And ladies, would it matter to you? Do you want them to stay cut? Do you want them to stay uncut? That's the question of the day.
Okay.
Why not?
Interesting.
Fuck it, we'll end it on an interesting note because I'm curious.
Awesome.
This has been the Coffee Milk Hour. We hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I'm Puffy.
I'm Jerry.
Wow, had to think about that one.
Dead.
Proud of you. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Have a beautiful time.